What's up? If you're looking at this video right now, you're probably thinking, or you're probably looking at the 175 millimeter pneumatic tires from X-Way. Well, let me show you my first impressions on those wheels right now. Now, if you look at my last video, you saw that I did the 100 millimeter all season hydro tires, hydro wheels from X-Way. And I gotta say, I love those street wheels. I mean, that's the first time I ever comfortably put it on mode 4 and was gunning it with those street wheels because I was lower to the ground. Only thing about those street wheels are that you take all the bumps because it's not that much of a hard, solid wheel. I mean, a cushiony wheel. It's more urethane-y. And then on top of that, when I end up holding the handle, like something like this, to move it around, see how comfortably I can move this around? Because it's not touching anything. But with those street wheels, the four-wheel package, I have a little bit of a problem with that. So that's why. That's one of the problems right there. So it was hard for me to move around with, but I love those street wheels. But if I ever do convert over to a two-wheel drive system, which I'm thinking about doing, I'm definitely going to go back to the street wheels, the Hydro all-season tires. But these tires right here, the moment I put these tires on, I was everywhere, to be honest with you, all over the place. Because you know me, of course, I'm one of those people right there that if you tell me that I can go on cobblestone, I can go on grass, I can go through the wet rain, I can go through a little bit of ice, a little bit of snow, not too much to push yourself where you get your butt whipped, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to test it out. And I did test it out, and I gotta say, that was really amazing. I went through Prospect Park, and I went to some of the most jungly looking parts of Prospect Park that I didn't even know existed. And I put this board to the test with these 175 millimeter pneumatic tires. My first impressions with these 7-inch tires has been good so far. Do I have any complaints? It's not a complaint, most likely. It's more likely like a little pet peeve. Now, see, I weigh about 172 pounds, and the recommended PSI for this board says 50 PSI. So me not knowing anything about all-terrain tires, because I'm kind of a novice, I'm learning as I go along, I filled it to 50 PSI. Took it out on the road, felt great. As I'm riding all over the place, I hit a bump, I hit a pothole. The air was so much air in there that it felt like I was riding on 4 basketballs. That's what it felt like, 4 basketballs. So, because every time I hit a bump, the board will lift up off the ground and bounce back up. So I'm thinking if you're going to put this at 50 PSI, you got to be a heavier rider, 200 pounds, 250 and above. Then you can put it to 50 PSI because it can hold your weight. But for someone like me who's like 173 to 175 pounds, I started going down, 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 down. First, I went to 40 PSI, then I went to 45, then I went to 30. I went to 35, then I went to 30, and 30 was my sweet spot. So it takes a while for you to get used to it. So definitely, it depends on your weight, on how much PSI you should put on it. So the lighter you are, less PSI. Right now I'm pushing 30. I want to drop it a little bit more, but if I drop the PSI anymore, I'm going to lose range. So far with 30 PSI in this thing, I could probably get 17 miles on mode 3. And this is me gunning it, stopping it, and gunning it, and shredding for a while. So I get about 17 miles. On a good day, if it's not too cold outside, I can get about 18 to 19 miles if it's not freezing. But if it's freezing, I'll be lucky if I got 13 to 14 miles because, I don't know. I guess it depends on the weather. I guess it gets cold, so it doesn't want to perform as the way it's supposed to perform during the warm weathers. That's just what I'm assuming because we already know how batteries work. But besides all that, if you put it on the right PSI, you're going to get a better balance. So that's what I want to say about these all-terrain tires. Now, I'm still testing it out. If you look at it, it's a different type of tire from this traditional 160 millimeter pneumatic tire that comes standard with the X-Way Atlas Pro. See, these have a little bit of ridges on it. So these ridges right here is what gives me more of a grip. And you can hear it too. You can hear it going, because you can hear the little ridges gripping against the ground. I would hardly ever go off-road. I'm more of a city kid, as you can see. Look at all this cityness behind me. So I'm more of a city guy. But New York City has a bunch of bumps, and I don't like it. So I got these tires here. So that's why I said this is like the little brother to the big brother of the 175 millimeter off-road tires. When you put these tires on there, you got to go into the remote control setting and tell the remote control that you have 175 millimeter pneumatic tires. And yes, you can pull these tires right off. And then, I mean, you can pull the 160 millimeter tires right off the X-Way Atlas Pro and pop these 175 millimeter wheels right on there. You don't have to change the belts. You don't have to change the pulley. You don't have to do anything extra. So changing this was really easy, a little bit more easier than the Hydro wheels, because I had to actually literally damn near take the whole thing apart, because it had different pulleys, different belts. I had to do a different adjustment to the motor and all that kind of stuff. So with this right here, you just gotta do a little motor adjustment. I don't have my belts tight anymore because I get the kickoff and the stopping is too much. I don't get that roll. So I leave my belts a little tiny bit loose, not too loose, but just loose enough so I can just get a flappy roll. I don't know what that means, but you get what I mean. Flipping, flipping, not too flappy. And then I get a good kick off and I get a good stop. And right now I'm testing it out right now. So there's more to come with these 175 millimeter pneumatic tires from X-Way, because you know we all want to have a good summer. Summertime is coming. Look at this, yo. Ooh, people out here chilling, laying down. You can't front. It's awesome, man. Anyway, my name is Michael Hurdle from the Michael Hurdle Production Studio, rendering your imagination, or skating your imagination now. And if there's anything that I didn't cover that you guys want to talk about, just send me a message in the comment section and I'll answer it. I'll try my best to answer it. So there we go. Tell me what you think about this style, me hanging outside. Should I do more outside videos like this, or should I stay in the studio where you can see my mesmerizing eyes? Anyway, I've spoken enough. Talk to you guys the next time I do a video.